She was betrayed by her own blood, erased from her family's legacy, and left to die in the shadows of a golden empire. But fate wasn't done with her yet, because the sister who stole her birthright had no idea she was messing with a woman destined to become a future princess. Stay till the end for the shocking twist that broke the internet, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more heart-stopping stories of fate, betrayal, and rebirth. The night the storm hit the capital, Evelyn Moreau watched from the edge of the cliff as the lightning tore through the sky, illuminating the mansion that once belonged to her family, her empire, her blood, her name. But tonight, it wasn't hers anymore. It belonged to her sister, Celeste. The same sister who smiled sweetly as she forged papers, manipulated their dying father, and whispered poison into the ears of the board that controlled Moreau Industries, the billion-dollar crown of the family legacy. Evelyn's hands trembled as she held the single envelope that had ended her life. "You are no longer a beneficiary of the Moreau estate." The words cut through her like glass. She wasn't just being cast out, she was being erased. In the eyes of the world, Evelyn was gone, vanished in an accident, orchestrated by her own blood. But fate has a cruel sense of humor. 6 months later, in a quiet hospital in Florence, a woman with no name opened her eyes again. Her memory was fractured, pieces of faces, laughter, betrayal, but one thing burned inside her, the image of her sister's cold smile as she pushed Evelyn off the yacht that night. The police called it a miracle she survived. Evelyn called it vengeance waiting to happen. As she slowly rebuilt her strength, she was taken in by an old woman named Livia Romano, a retired royal governess who served the House of Nemours, one of the most powerful royal families in Europe. Livia had no idea who Evelyn truly was, but she saw something familiar in the girl's eyes, the quiet dignity of someone born to command. "You have the bearing of a queen, my dear," she often said. Evelyn only smiled, her heart heavy with secrets. Months passed, and Evelyn worked under Livia's guidance as a caretaker at the Royal Charity Center. It was there she met Prince Adrien de Moor, heir to the throne, known for his ruthless intelligence and cold demeanor. The world saw him as untouchable, a man shaped by duty, not emotion. But when he saw Evelyn, bruised by the past yet unbroken, something inside him shifted. She didn't recognize royalty, she challenged it. Their first meeting was a disaster. Evelyn accidentally spilled hot coffee on him, muttering, "Maybe your crown's too heavy for you to notice where you're walking." No one dared speak to him like that. And yet, he smiled. Days turned into weeks, and a fragile connection began to bloom between them. Adrien saw beyond her scars, he saw the fire beneath them. But Evelyn never told him her truth. Not her name, not her past, not the empire that was stolen from her. Because even as her heart began to heal, her mind was plotting justice. Meanwhile, back in New York, Celeste Moreau stood before the cameras, the new CEO of Moreau Industries, dazzling the world with her beauty and brilliance. But behind that perfect smile was fear. Her empire was cracking. Strange things had begun happening. Anonymous letters with her sister's handwriting. Financial leaks she couldn't trace. A single rose left on her desk every Monday, white, Evelyn's favorite. Celeste told herself it was paranoia. But when her phone rang at midnight and a woman whispered, "Did you really think I'd drown that easily?" Celeste's blood ran cold. Back in Florence, Evelyn's double life deepened. She became Adrien's confidant, helping him modernize the royal charity programs, all while secretly funneling information through encrypted networks to expose her sister's crimes. She had learned to hide in plain sight, the fallen heiress turned royal advisor. But fate wasn't finished with its twists. One evening, during a charity gala, as Evelyn presented a proposal to the Royal Council, Celeste walked in arm with Count Leopold, a powerful investor tied to the de Moor family. Evelyn froze. Her sister, the thief of her name, was now aligning herself with the same empire that had sheltered Evelyn. Adrien noticed her trembling hands. Later that night, he found her alone in the garden, her mask finally slipping. "Who is she to you?" he asked quietly. Evelyn looked up, tears glistening under the moonlight. "She's the reason I lost everything," she whispered. Adrien's eyes darkened. "Then let's make sure she never wins again." Together, they began unraveling the web Celeste had spun: fake charities, offshore accounts, political bribes. Each thread led deeper into corruption, and with every discovery, Evelyn's fury grew. But amid the storm, love bloomed, fragile yet fierce. Adrian wasn't just her ally, he became her anchor. Yet she feared that if he learned who she really was, the disgraced Moreau heiress, he would see her as another manipulator. The truth finally shattered the silence one night when Celeste herself confronted Evelyn at the palace masquerade ball. Dressed in a gown of silver silk, she cornered Evelyn in the mirrored hall. "You should have stayed dead," Celeste hissed. "The world doesn't need two of us." Evelyn met her reflection. Two identical faces of the same bloodline, one bathed in deceit, the other in scars. "No," she replied calmly, "the world only ever needed one, and it isn't you." The confrontation spiraled into chaos when a hidden microphone caught their exchange, broadcasted live across the palace surveillance feed. In a single night, Celeste's mask crumbled. Her crimes were exposed before the world, her allies turned against her, and her fortune vanished. But even in defeat, she laughed through her tears. "You think you've won, Evie. You're still nobody, just a ghost hiding behind another crown." But fate had one final miracle waiting. When Adrian's mother, Queen Isabella, revealed the truth, that Evelyn was the lost daughter of Princess Aurelia, secretly adopted by the Moreaus after a royal scandal, the world gasped. Evelyn wasn't just a fallen heiress, she was the rightful heir to a royal bloodline that predated even the Moors. Her entire life had been a lie, yet destiny had found its way home. In the following weeks, the press called it the Birthright reversal of the century. Celeste was arrested, her empire dismantled, while Evelyn, now revealed as Princess Evelina Aurelia Moreau de Moor, stood beside Adrian during his coronation. When he took her hand before the world, he said softly, "You were never meant to be forgotten. You were meant to be found." As the crowd roared and cameras flashed, Evelyn looked at the sky, at the storm clouds parting after so many years of darkness. She remembered the night she almost died, the betrayal that broke her, and the love that rebuilt her. Her voice trembled as she whispered, "Justice isn't about revenge. It's about becoming who they swore you could never be." And for the first time in years, she smiled, not as the girl who was stolen from, but as the woman who took everything back. The final scene fades on Evelyn placing a single white rose on her sister's prison cell window, not out of hatred, but forgiveness. Because true royalty, she realized, isn't in the blood you share, but in the strength you carry.